Good morning, John. Just a second. Try again. First you don't. Hang on.
I'm muted.
You're not now. You can unmute yourself actually, if just for future reference. If I don't get to it in time, I do know that Peter is in the background somewhere. So good morning, everybody, and welcome to Blabbing for Britain, episode 233. Wow. And it's just amazing. Say good morning to Corinda. And I'm not sure whether that's a live comment or not, but we'll take it. Okay, we're broadcasting today on Facebook and YouTube. And this is our news show, 233rd week. And we're going to be talking about what's going on in the UK and around the globe. And it's pretty hot here today, John. How is it with you?
It's going to be hotter than yesterday, I believe.
Indeed,
And
we're not built for this, are we? I mean, 30 plus degrees is not British weather.
Well, I'm going to have to get the fans out, I think, and circulate the air a bit better.
Yeah. It's time for watering up the allotment as well. Is that important?
I haven't been there since Saturday, so it probably will need some water.
And somebody who needs no introduction or water is Peter. Good morning, Peter.
Hello, Peter. Calling Peter.
Hello?
After Peter.
Hello. Good morning. Peter.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Fine.
Okay. Whew, what a day. I hope you know how much you appreciate me working on my day for you today.
We do. You know we do. Right. Okay. Where should we be?
I thought you were the fat controller these days and everybody else did the work, Pete.
Well, it's so busy that I'm having to help. Yeah. I'm having to help. And yeah, so that's it. But not a great start to the day. I hate some customers are lying. She says, he was only here 5 minutes. I says, if you think it takes me 5 minutes to go up 3-4 stories in a flat and back down 3 times, I'll tell you, there's something wrong there.
Yeah. Right. Okay. First news of the day is that the Eiffel Tower is reopening. The only basic problem with this is that obviously we've got social distancing, 1 meter in France, but the lifts aren't working. And it's a heck of a climb to the first stage of the tower. But it's a sign of things returning to something like normal. Have you been to the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I flew through I've been on a plane and flew through it.
You flew through it.
Microsoft Simulator.
Aye, that just shows your age, Pete. The word Microsoft Simulator.
Yeah. Whew.
Yeah. Well, that leads us on to Microsoft, I suppose. Microsoft started a site to rival Twitch called Mixer, and it had hundreds of millions of users all playing games on the site.
Yeah.
And they announced this week it's going to close.
What's closing?
Mixer. Yeah, if you've not heard of it, then that's not a problem. I mean, we're not gamers, but to every gamer there's ever been, Mixer has been an important part because it's not Twitch. Yeah. And it's basically just closing its doors. A bit like Google Plus did. When Google said, we're closing Google Plus, you can all go where you want. But this time, Microsoft said, you can't play games on Mixer anymore, but you can play them on Facebook Gaming. So they've reached an agreement with Facebook, and all the gamers have now got to go to Facebook, unless they don't want to, of course. but it just shows about borrowed land, doesn't it? I mean, if you're broadcasting on a website, that website decides to stop, whether it be a decision of their own making or a financial reason, then you're scuppered. You're scuppered.
Yeah.
You've got to be a nomad. You've got to be prepared to go to different platforms.
Absolutely. Talking about platforms, can you see the train station I'm at?
Yeah, it's some foreign place. I guess it's Berlin.
Alexanderplatz in Berlin, Peter.
And that's a place I'll be going back to. Do you know, it came up on my timeline 4 years ago or 6 years ago. I says, that is a long time not to see Berlin. I have been back since I hiker in there as well. But no, that's a place I'm going. Hey, how stable does my thing? Does this look better now? Guys.
John?
Doesn't look any different from last week. And it was good last week.
But I wasn't using deco last week.
We don't have a clue what deco is. So,
Peter and I have got it. 2 out of 3 people use deco. It's official.
Yeah. And what a difference it's made. It means I don't have to put wires up through the building.
Oh, you're using your wireless deco.
Yeah.
I'm hardwired, so I don't have a wireless issue.
Sheila and I came to a disagreement about it. I says, right, let's see that. And the deco has worked out brilliantly. Very stable.
Excellent. Good to know. It works through walls. It doesn't have any problems, and you get a steady signal. You're not actually dropping signal, which is.
I've got the one deco on the wall on the window here, and I can actually see the other unit in my kitchen.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a good solid visual, repeater visual. And Netflix and everything's been stable now.
That's
so. Just a quick question on it. So if I put on the phone app, I can actually give all the power to here and steal it from Sheila, but she'll still get something.
She'll still get something, but you will be sort of you get most of it.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't actually cut people off, but it does. But I mean, as you just mentioned there, the change in Netflix. I mean, we've got Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime used to be stop and start. Now you can play anything, anytime, and it simply works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So now, offline devices. Oh, it says this is offline.
All right. While Peter's doing that, Corinda's saying sound is as important as video. One way to improve your broadcast is always have a best audio. People in the audience want to hear you. Am I right? Yes, you are. It is totally important. Because you can have bad video, but the majority of people are actually listening to you rather than watching you. So a good microphone is essential if you want to have a situation where your audience stay for a little while and don't go running off somewhere else. Okay, so deco, 2 out of 3 people can recommend it. Just saying.
And the other one doesn't need it because you've got cable.
Right. No, but it is a solution if you don't want to lay a cable. I'm just saying.
Well,
it's good.
If I stretch my right arm out, I can touch my router, so it's not exactly inconvenient to have cable.
If I stretch my right arm out, I'm nowhere near it, and I'm actually spoiling the background.
So, Sheila must be in a Galaxy A5. And she's got 21 MBS download and 1.3. And I've got 1.4 MBS on here and 1.4 up. What's that about then?
Well, that's all you need at the moment, Peter, because it's just you could put yourself as primary and see what happens. How do you just click on your computer on the app. You click on your computer on the app, and it comes up with a new screen, and the option is on that screen, and that allows you.
It says high priority. I've done that.
Correct. You've always been high priority in our view, Peter. So yes.
But you're saying there's something else I need to do.
Hmm?
Yeah. How's that up?
Right. Okay. Yeah. You just that's it. And then just
That's it.
yeah. That's all you need to do.
Okay, that's fine. That's great.
Right. Okay. Now, on to politics.
Oh,
And
right.
onto, this is just by way of a segue. It's the Liberal Democrats are actually electing a new leader again. And it's now a two-person race between Ed Davey and Leila Moran. Ed Davey was in the race last time and came second. There are those who say it would have been better if he had come first. So, John, your thoughts? Do you have a...
Not really.
Oh,
I expect Mr. Davey to win.
yeah, I think that's... I also expect this lady to win as well.
I've already done the video.
I know. Can we show it on Inspired later?
Yeah, if you
Good.
like.
Okay. Angelica, I'm going to put this full screen because Angelica has been selected as the Lib Dem candidate to the Devizes East in the 2021 Wiltshire County Council election. And that's taken, I mean, Angelica decided in February that she wanted to help, and she wants to help as a Liberal Democrat and actually have the ability to do things for the people in the area in which we live. So her campaign to become candidate took 4 months. That was confirmed last weekend, and she's now going to be the candidate in the May 2021 county council elections. And as you would expect, I'm supporting her, and I just want to say thank you to John for the video, which we will show later at 4 o'clock. And in fact, John, that actually led on to a discussion with a Lib Dem candidate for Marlborough, did it not?
Is that who she was?
Oh, yeah.
It was Jo. She wants me to do 18 of them.
Right, okay.
It's not a problem.
Bit of background. Jo stood for Parliament in Devizes, and she came second. Conservatives came first. Jo came second, which was an amazing feat for a Lib Dem to beat Labour and the local people. So Jo is organising the Lib Dems in Wiltshire, and she's a very good candidate. Sorry, Peter.
I have to tell you, my local councillor, one of them, is a Liberal. He doesn't stay that far away from me. And I've got to tell you, he does a fantastic job in the council for the community. Keeps in touch, etc., etc. If I complain about something or tell him about something that's done. Never done a real day's work in his life, but he's a good councillor.
I knew there'd be a but in there, Peter. But
traditionally, a few years back, I says, "What are you going to do though?" And he says, "A bit of this and a bit of that." I says, "Have you ever worked for a living?" Yeah. he's actually very good. He's very good, but I had to laugh. And my friend's a local SNP councillor. Never see him. Never see him.
It's Lib Dems are known for actually getting involved in the community.
Yeah.
I mean, Angelica started a Facebook page for East Devizes, and helping the community is the theme of the page, and it's supporting local businesses, it's supporting local initiatives, and that's really going to get going now. And
do you mind asking, is she a British citizen yet?
Sorry?
Is Angelica a British citizen yet?
Angelica has lived in Devizes for 38 years and has had a British passport for 30 of those.
There you go.
Right. Got to be clear that up. In fact, she had to forego her German citizenship to get the British passport. At the moment, given what's happening, she applied 2 years ago because she can have dual nationality. She applied 2 years ago to get a German passport back, and
Right.
that's at the moment that application is sat somewhere in an office in Bonn, and
Wow.
it takes 2 or 3 years for these applications to be processed.
It's interesting. I'm part of a thing called BFG, British Forces Germany, and they're
Mhm.
all talking about Germany and the food and the places and everything. And a lot of them are married Germans that married soldiers, and they're having a say. And but there's a lot of them. There's quite a few of them that mention it. They're now in Britain, and they said love Germany, but have no intentions of going back there. Even after they're divorced, they stayed in Britain.
Yeah.
Like Britain, and then you got the British wanting to go to Germany. But I think it's just, what's the word I'm looking for? When you look back on your reminiscing, you know.
Yeah.
So it was quite interesting to see how many German people actually do like living in Britain for some reason.
Quite a lot. I mean, we're in Wiltshire. This is where the army live.
Yeah.
And as you said, Peter, a lot of German ladies married are people in the army, and they live in the towns and around here. There are stammtisches which take place where they get together and meet and say how wonderful Germany is, but then go home to their British house, which they love. Yeah. So yeah, there's quite a big proportion. Well, I think quite a few thousand.
I've seen one in Germany where an ex-RAF serviceman stayed in Germany after 20 odd years, 30 years after he left, and he's a very old man. His wife has died, and he was isolated, and he's basically living in Germany. And the woman from some sort of thing that looks after, she come along and to do with the military and come in and give him food and everything. So you forget about the people that have stayed there and converted and become Germans. Well, they didn't have to become Germans, but they will have to now, no matter how long they've been there.
True, very true. Right, we've been remiss. Corinda's been commenting all the time.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So let's catch up with Corinda. I need to get it. Deco, yeah. Well, I don't know. You've got your wired and Wi-Fi at the moment. Ed Davey, who wins? Nobody at the moment. The election is soon. I don't know the exact date. Why can't Labour do that? That's an excellent question. Which
what? That's the question.
Yeah. And again, sorry to change topic, Stephen. What time is 5 Days Live? 5 Days Live today is at where is it now? There it is. Thank you, Corinda. 5 Days Live is at well, it says there, doesn't it? If I go full screen. 5 Days Live, myself and Tina and David, we are live at 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. BST and 4 p.m. GMT plus 2. Oh, sorry, that is GMT plus 2. Brigitte actually created that graphic, and she's in South Africa. So that's why we've got GMT plus 2, because the time in South Africa is 2 hours ahead of GMT. So there's the graphical answer to your question, Corinda. And say hello to the government. Well, I wish we could all say goodbye to the government. Never mind hello. And yes. Okay, so we're caught up on comments. Okay, next topic of the day then. What's happening in Aberdeen, Peter?
Well, Aberdeen's very sunny. I was out on the road first thing this morning. Sheila didn't even know I had gone because we're so busy. And I'm going down the road and I thought, wow, where's the pandemic? And the roads are getting real busy. Yeah. It's as though it's not happening, you know? And I turned up at the first job. A lady who's isolating her boyfriend. She says, well, I'm isolating and I haven't seen us. Okay, well, when we come. So she didn't come out of her room. And her boyfriend meets us and I says, could you keep back, please? Try and go to people's homes, try to keep a 2-meter rule. I says, I'll say to them, could you keep back, please? And next thing, they're around your back. I says, and here's her isolating as well. And I climbed 3 stairs, up and down, up and down. Then she says, he came around, he was only here 5 minutes. She needs to learn how to read a clock. So that's what's happening in Aberdeen. My blood is boiling. You glad you asked?
If anything's guaranteed to wind you up, it's Crinder's next comment, Peter.
No, she's Nicola's doing a great job of playing the cool daddy. Waiting 2 weeks to see what happens in England, and thought, right, we're ready to meet. Oh, there's been a spike in England. Oh, we won't be meeting now. And it's always about a week to 2 weeks. We'll say 1 meter, you say potato, we'll say potato. And it goes on like this. England, oh, Scotland, Wales, joke.
Yeah.
But her ratings have went up for independence because the way she's coolly handled it.
Right.
But they hid the death rate of the old people were caught.
Okay.
Saint Nicola.
Oh. Okay, staying with that. Fancy a pint, you might need an app for that, is the headline on the BBC website. And this is the news that from the 4th of July, we can go and have a pint, and we will have to social distance, which, now this is the thing that gets me. 2 meters we can understand. Yeah, it's fixed. It's a measure. You stay 2 meters away from everybody else. Now we've got 1 meter plus. What is that? What does it mean?
It's a joke. That's what it is. Having said that, I'll tell you, when I go to Wetherspoons, I don't want to stand at a bar trying to get in. I use an app, order my food, pay for it, and it arrives at my table. Simples. Simples.
But you're not going to Wetherspoons, are you? After the way they treated all their staff?
No, that was misconstrued. He said you can go on furlough, and you can also go and work at Tesco's and things like that as well, which you are allowed to do.
But there is a campaign going at the moment to boycott. Well, there's a lot of campaigns at the moment, which we'll come to, but Wetherspoons boycott is one of them. Don't go and drink at Wetherspoons.
Don't you worry, I'll go in there because it's anti-Brexiteers. That's all it is, because he was a great Brexiteer guy. So don't worry, you'll still get me using your app. Right.
Okay. So I've got a question. Will you be going to the pub on July 4th?
No, because we're not allowed to in Scotland.
That's a good answer, Peter. John, will you be going to a pub on July 4th?
No. The question is, even if we hadn't had any lockdown, I still wouldn't have been going to the pub on July 4th. Yeah. I can't tell you when I last went into a pub.
Yeah, I thought that would be the case. But you look a real ale type man to me, to be honest.
I'm a cider man, actually, Pete.
Do you know what I'm going to do? And it's purely selfish because I'm going to let all the mass hordes go to their pubs, going to all the type of lives that matters in this world, and I'm going to watch a few months after to see what happens. That's what I'm going to do. Let people become guinea pigs.
It's
14. Are you going to the pub, Stephen?
Yes, but I will not sit inside. I'm just hoping that it's fine weather. We've got pubs with outdoor areas which are covered, but I would not go and sit inside a restaurant or a pub at the moment. I mean, that's my limit. Not sitting inside. Sitting inside, the virus has, if it's there, has a greater transmission rate indoors than outdoors. So sat outside at a bench 1+ meters away from somebody else, with the beer being delivered to your table, then yeah. But
where does 1+ come from? The answer is the World Health Organization, because that's their original and official statement. They've never been to people.
Right.
So now you blame the World Health Organization. If you get spikes.
I'm just going to go off for a while. I'll mute myself.
Okay. All right, so Peter will be back in a moment. back to John and I. Yeah, OnePlus is it's just like a lot of things that have been done at the moment. It's a bit woolly. I mean, all these businesses are opening, not this weekend, next weekend, and the guidance has only just come out. And just think of all these places, the millions of pounds that have been spent on the 2-meter distancing stickers everywhere. It's just, I don't know.
I can tell you that I know quite a few people who have them in stock and are wondering what they're going to do.
Well, yeah, how come will they mention that? Yeah.
You know, one or two have said, what do I do? Cut them in half?
Well, you can't cut them in half. You do actually want 1.05, so it's 1 plus. But
I think that was a jest, not a reality.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a thumbs up from Peter and bring Peter back on in a second. Right, okay, so I'm going for a pint. Peter can't. John doesn't normally, so he's not changing his routine. But from right, and Peter's just corrected. Yep, indeed. Peter, congratulations on the 16 years, and it's important, isn't it? I mean, did you envisage? I'm just asking the obvious question.
Do you know, one thing that I won't be allowed to do for a while is sing karaoke, sharing a mic and things up, because singing actually spreads the disease. Did you know that? Makes when you're doing Tom Jones and that, it bursts out of your lungs and goes for a fair distance. So karaoke is going to be stopped for a wee while anyway.
Well,
there's a thought.
Also, live theatres can open, but they can't do live performances.
Yeah.
No singing in church either.
No.
But yeah, there's some religions that's a problem for. But the theatres are not equipped to be cinemas. And whilst the government can say you can play videos of your past shows, performances, they don't have the kit for it. They're not set up for it. They're not a cinema. They can't give the same quality that the cinema can.
But the problem is, guys, I know a lot of people in the singing community now are starting to do gigs online and asking people to donate something to them, because they're going to be out of work if they've got not got another job. They're in trouble. And it's funny how many people are singing on Facebook now that we used to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there a case for opening a virtual paid club on Facebook where you pay, say, £5 a month, £5 a month, sorry, £5 a month, and you can actually go, and every Saturday night there's going to be a gig with certain artists on? Is there a market for that?
Well, I think that's happening already. It's happening already. Do you remember Jim Davidson, the comedian?
Who could forget Jim Davidson?
Well, Jim Davidson stays in Dubai. And he used to have a character called Chalky. Do you remember him?
Oh, yeah.
And he was on. And if you look him up in YouTube, he says he will never mention a joke again like that and everything. And you know what he's like. He's not PC, but he's trying to give him. But he's actually got a paid subscription now to watch him on YouTube. He gives out a free one to direct you to his YouTube. And it was quite interesting seeing the guy, you know. And there's a lot of people doing paid subscriptions now. And singers, I'm not sure long term that is, but you probably need a license. It's about £149. What else is there? No, there's a lot of people starting to get paid. Mr. Nigel Farage has started up what do you call it?
Since he's lost his job, is it?
He's got a YouTube channel, and he'll have a paid subscription too. Do you know, talking about that, isn't there many jobs going to be lost over there? Because with all this problem about matters, all the people are trying very hard to hide their past. For instance, Ant and Dec, putting stuff in their face to make them look like other people. They're all scrambling now. John, you look confused.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything odd with Ant and Dec.
Well, they blacked themselves up in a show a few years ago.
Oh, you mean a long time ago? Look, I mean, life has changed, yes? When I was a kid, I had no choice but other than to listen to the black and white minstrel show on a Sunday evening while we had tea.
Yeah.
Because my mum and dad loved that programme.
Yeah.
And there weren't any black people in it at all.
No.
And when it went onto the telly, they loved it even more.
Yeah. But I don't know if you're about this one because I've seen it. There's even a I don't know if it's with Photoshop, but there's a picture of Piers Morgan in a SS uniform at a party, supposedly.
You got the wrong person. That was Prince Harry.
No, I know. So what's happening? They're all going back and back and back, and a lot of them are getting caught out. So, no, but I said, no, deep down, you're racist. You were making a fool of them then. You were racist. But. And everybody's getting caught out. Everybody that's in the past. You know? What I'm trying to say is, where does it stop? People are going to lose their jobs left, right, and centre, but I think it's going to be more right than centre. And left. Is it just us left?
I don't know where Stephen's gone. He's disappeared. He's here.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm pacing myself. I'm helping somebody with live video at 11 o'clock. I've got 5 days live at 3 o'clock. I've got Inspired Bound video at 4 o'clock. I'm pacing myself. So, yeah. And I'm going live tomorrow is Ask Angelica, and it's also 5 days live, and it's also Jim Ziegler. So tomorrow's a busy day as well. So
is that Jim, the car sales person?
That's right. That's Jim. The chap who came over to the UK in 2005 was a Black Star in the Academy, and met everybody and kept in contact with everybody since. He's a great guy, and he gives a lot. He's the trainer's trainer as far as car sales is concerned in the US.
Where do we find him?
Just type in James Ziegler and James Ziegler and you'll find him everywhere. Ziegler.
Was that German?
The name's German, but he's a right-wing American.
Was he?
Oh yeah, if you met him,
I'm looking him up.
If you look him up, he'll be carrying. That's for sure.
I'll look him up and give him my left-wing views to him. And
it won't be a concealed weapon.
Yeah. Well, what happened in America? One guy was getting attacked by a group of them. Came out of his car. They started beating him in. He pulled out his gun. He was a carrier. Bang. Dropped him. That's what I would do in America. I'd have a gun. Come near me. Bang.
I'm just glad to be in the UK and not need a gun.
I think our police should have the minimum of tasers now. Minimum to protect themselves.
Yeah. All of which brings us to Reading.
Yes.
And again, it's one of those incidents where the police couldn't have predicted what was going to happen. And innocent people were murdered in cold blood whilst being in a park in Reading.
And he was on a watch list.
Yeah.
And he was jailed for, I think, for beating somebody up. I'm not sure, I think it was gay people then. Why is he still in the country?
I think given the situation, that's a fair point. John, your thoughts?
I think it's far too complicated for me to even understand. Although MI5 were aware of him, they're also aware of about 20,000 others, and it's impossible to watch every one of them. And there is no way of predicting which of them's going to turn in to do something at the end of the day. I think it's really, really sad that what happened, but I don't actually blame the authorities, which a lot of people are doing.
Well, what one of them said was, to be honest with you, we were too busy trying to find out about the far right than anything else. And it's the same. The chief constable up at that Rotherham said we couldn't do anything about the grooming because we were scared of the racial profiling. So a lot of little girls get abused, and I think it's a disgrace.
I agree with you on that, Peter.
Anyway.
All right. Okay. Next topic. So,
did you see the video of the policewoman who shot a man in America who chased her round and round her vehicle before she shot him?
Yeah.
And there was quite about a bit of fuss on both angles. Lots of people praised her for taking her time before shooting him, and lots of people criticised her. And you'd thought she'd killed him, but she shot him in the leg. And it just shows how things get blown out of proportion.
Yeah. You know? As Mr. Trump would say, it's fake news. Fake news. Have you seen
he's author of fake news? Yeah.
You know, I actually watched his rally during the night, and he gives them what for. He said, but you won't tell them that because you're fake news. I've done this and I've done that, but the public will never hear because you're fake news. And I just love the way he winds up the fake news, the Clinton News Network and all these people. I love it. And I'll tell you, Piers Morgan, when easy seeing he worked for CNN because they've indoctrinated him with something that he's the same.
Do you think he'll get elected, Peter?
Pardon?
Do you think he'll get elected?
He is going to romp home. The majority, the silent majority, are sitting there. And you'd be surprised how many black supporters he has. There's one black guy said, the only time we heard from President Obama was when he wanted our vote. And the wall's they don't mention the wall. The wall's done 200 miles. I reckon it'll be 500 miles by November. And I would walk 500 miles. Because that's how long they'll have to walk to get to the end to go through. Come on, guys, fight back.
I basically, if he wins, if he loses, he loses. This side of the Atlantic, it doesn't make that much difference because we've learned over the last 3.5 years that his wilder ambitions can be curtailed by his civil servants. So, nothing to worry about. Move on.
Yesterday, you know what I done? Somebody said, put in fact bot in your block things. And I done it. I had 19 fact things watching me. So I blocked them. Do you know about that?
We're all being watched, Peter.
I'm not going to say too much. I'll send you private things off platform. And it's quite interesting. Russian parade.
Yep, yesterday. Defies pandemic as Putin stages a power bid. Now, the power bid is quite simply, he wants to be president forever. But here's the rider that any other person can only ever be president for 4 years. So for him, he can go to 2036, I think. And everybody else has only got 4 years after that.
Yeah. That's shocking.
It is from our point of view, yeah.
Absolutely.
Right, okay. Who remembers? Who could forget? And it's sometimes people leap out at the television set and they become instantly famous, not necessarily because they're good at something, but they are brazen and bad, but have golden hearts. And unfortunately, Margarita Pracatan, who's the Cuban singer beloved of Clive James, died yesterday.
I remember her.
Yeah.
Margarita Pracatan.
Indeed.
The age of these people, I remember them when I grown up as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. A legend created in the UK by Clive James.
I remember her, Margarita Pracatan. Do you know, I feel sad when I see the old stars and that. I mean, Michael Aspel, he walks about one of the parks, and very tall, distinguished old man now, an old man, you know, and I just can't believe it. And do you remember that program where they lived in a house, the two girls and the guy, Richard, somebody I think.
Yeah.
He's been in the Stars nursing home for years.
That's right, Richard. Yeah, that's true.
And I only see these people, I just remember them young.
Yeah.
And when I see them now, I go, what? It's like I get younger.
See, this is the question. I mean, we're in the same situation to a lesser extent, Peter, in that people can go and remember us as we were 5 years ago. Because we've got videos out there from 5 years ago. Yeah. I'm just trying to, Richard. Oh, it's going to annoy me for quite a while now. But it takes me back to those days. He lived in a house with two ladies.
Man About the House.
Man About the House, that's the one. With Eutha Joyce.
Yeah.
Eutha Joyce. Brian. Chrissy. We've got to remember who they were. Right, okay.
Paula.
See Joe and Richard O'Sullivan.
Thank you.
And here we have music.
The music is from Peter, and we'll just turn Peter's microphone off, and we'll take that off the air, and wait for Peter to finish. We'll just hide Peter for a moment as well.
My passport's 87, by the way.
All right. Wow. So Peter can make his phone call in peace. He's down in the stage here. I can bring him back on. And comment from Corinda. John, American police are not as good as English police. Well, they've got a different situation, haven't they, John?
Well, I spent quite a lot of months, 5 months nearly, in the States, living in California in 1986. And I couldn't live there because I was in an out-of-town mall, and there was a drunk. He really wasn't harming anybody. He was singing. He wouldn't move on. The police were called. He wouldn't move on, so they hit him with batons, and that put me off living in the States forever. Different standards to what we have.
Totally. And staying with Corinda, and Corinda is saying people always do fake news. No, we're not into that. We're not into fake news. We don't even publish fake news. And Peter will let us know the website afterwards. And Peter's back. Oh my God, Russians always cause problems. They're capable of it, and they've shown it, and we live with it. Right, okay. I was hoping whilst you were aware, Peter, to do this bit, but I'm going to have to do it now. So apologies for this. Football. Liverpool are on the brink of their first title in 30 years. Are you excited, John? Yeah, John's excited. John's excited.
I'm more interested in Wolves qualifying for Europe than Liverpool needing 2 points to take the title.
Yeah, the Premier League in the UK is being played out to the end of the season, and there will be champions. Liverpool will be champions. Burnley will still be in the Premiership, which is absolutely brilliant. If you're interested, Burnley are playing tonight at 6 o'clock. And it's just, I mean, have you watched any of the football on television with the canned crowd noise?
No, but I watched a plane above Burnley.
Oh,
Well,
I was going
the
to say,
plane wasn't above Burnley, the plane was above Manchester. But yeah.
basically, one of the Clarets fans decided it would be a jolly good idea to actually hire an aircraft out of Blackpool to fly over the Etihad Stadium in Manchester with a banner. Now, I'm not going to say what's on the banner because that would sort of publicise what he was actually saying. But it got on national television, it got in the newspapers, it got up everybody's, well, it wasn't a clever thing to do. And he's found out how clever he was because yesterday he was fired by his company as not representing the company in a good light. So he's been fired. And his girlfriend...
It wasn't seen as a criminal offence by the police. It was investigating. No criminal offence has been committed. Just
Indeed, no, that's true. I'm saying it's just it wasn't criminal. It was just ill thought. It was just no.
He is
Sorry, John.
far right, isn't he?
Sorry, can you say that again?
I said he's a member of the far right. He's been photographed with Tommy Robinson.
Yeah, his girlfriend is definitely far right. So there's a history there. But he's. We say up north, he's got note upstairs.
It'd be interesting to see how it affects Burnley Football Club.
It shouldn't affect Burnley at all. I just think it put the players off, though, having been dealing, and then look up in the sky to see the whatever you want to call it, complete opposite of what they were doing, and then I think that then affected their game.
What do you think would have happened to a player who says, "I'm not kneeling"?
Sorry, Pete, can you say that again?
What do you think would have happened to a player who said, "I'm not kneeling"?
Well, that's hypothetical because they all did.
I think some of them were under duress, to be honest with you, from what I've heard.
Right. Okay.
And other football clubs too.
Right. All right, guys, any more news about a statue that was being taken down?
Yeah, the new way they're doing it, Crindle, they're letting all the hooligans, no matter where they're from, you take that down, we'll stand and watch you. Thank you very much. Oh, you missed the statue there, you better go and haul that one down now. Hey, but carry on, don't you? Because there's 6 grannies meeting there, and there's a 7th turned up, and we're going to arrest them for it.
Your blood pressure, mate. Your blood pressure.
And I'm sick of the 2 standards in this country. I put a post out saying, somebody said, how about this? If you want, this is Scotland. If you want your auntie, my partners want their auntie, it's 20 miles away to help her because she's a carer for her. Fine. If you want to have a big parade about something you're not happy about, get down to Union Street in Aberdeen, and if there's 100 of you, the police will say, but dare you turn up with 7 people from your own family and you will be fined. What kind of democracy is that we're living in? Here endeth the lesson.
I don't know, but you live in a foreign country these days, so, you know.
2 weeks behind us, Pete.
Yeah.
Officially. Right, okay. Let's try and round things up. Okay, just to note.
Let's shut Peter up.
The MCC, the Marylebone Cricket Club, has been in existence for 233 years, and Claire Connor, who's a former England captain, is to become the first female MCC president. I'm not going to share the page. I didn't want that bit of the comment. So congratulations to Claire on becoming the first lady president of the MCC. Which is only
merits.
It's not till the middle of next year, is it?
Nope.
It's a very early announcement. It
is. It's so that all the sort of members of the MCC can get used to it. A sad day. Did you have an Olympus camera at any point?
I remember the name.
Yeah.
probably can't see it, but that's the manual for my Olympus SZ14.
Right.
You still can't see it even if I put it in front of me.
You can Olympus SZ14.
Digital camera. I am not using it these days. I've superseded it with 2 different cameras, but it's the one Celia uses because it's really easy. You point and you click and away it goes and you get a decent photo.
And the moral of the simple tale is adapt or die.
No, the moral of the tale actually is go back what you did before you started making cameras, which is concentrate on microscopes and much more enhanced microscopes for technical reasons. Yeah. And then they're selling off the camera business. So it's hoped that the camera business won't die. It'll just go to somebody else.
Right. And interestingly, if you're interested in cricket, Corinda has actually met Claire in real life, and she is a wonderful lady.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying not to finish on a low note.
How about The Apprentice?
Sorry? Go on.
Apprentice is not going to happen this year.
Hooray! Because it's fake.
We know it's fake, Peter. Everybody knows it's fake. Everybody knows
it annoys me.
You're going to get doses of programs from the past 10 years.
And you know what's going to be happening? All these big stars, they're going to come out with their tongue. Have they found out about what I done 20 years ago yet? Please don't tell me that. I'll go back under. They're coming for you. They're coming for you.
Lord wants to go ahead. He's 73 and he says he doesn't know anybody that's died.
Who's that?
Lord Sugar.
Yeah.
I kind of think he moves in different circles from the average.
In rarefied circles. In circles where you don't meet anybody.
Yeah. He lives on a gated estate in Florida. I don't know if you saw the program where they went around his house.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because he was not a US resident, they asked him for 2 referees from the US, 2 people who knew him.
Right.
And he gave Bill Gates and Warren Buffett as his referees.
I've got to tell you, once I was picked up for my lookalike at the airport, and it was a black chauffeur, and he opens the door to the back. I says, I'm not going in the back. And they're I'm going in the front with you, mate. And I'm sitting in the front. He says, where to? I says, McDonald's, what you wanting? And that's how I treat people. You might think I'm a bad, that's me. And if I was a very rich man, I look after my staff. I really do, you know. And that's what I would do. Even if I was the richest person, treat people with kindness, and you'll get kindness back.
I totally agree with that, Peter. Now, I did say earlier I've got more shows today, so forgive me if we end this a few minutes early. I'm live again at 3 p.m. in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern with Tina and David. John and I are then live at 4 p.m. Eastern with Inspired by NVIDIA. Who knows what's going to happen after that? Peter, you've had a good rant today.
Have I? I often wonder, please send me your comments if you're watching it. I often wonder what you think of me. And I'm going to be finding this guy called Ziegler or whatever his name is. He sounds my type of guy.
All right, Jim. Yeah, they're all going to think you're a member of the Nazi party with your Alexanderplatz and your, I want to go back to Berlin.
I do too. It's not on his own. I go back to Berlin in a shot.
So, yeah.
And you're wanting to overthrow Nicola, you know.
Do you know, everybody that mentions on this website, where's the best place you've been? And, you know, by the majority, people that served in Berlin say Berlin was the best posting ever. And it ruined me. I would have lived there if I got a chance. But I'm struggling with my German. I thought I would be able to get into it. I just can't do it.
Question for Corinda. How old is Alan? Alan Sugar is in his 70s, I think. 73, as John said.
I've got it written down on my notes.
He looks like a moon.
Yeah, that's because he spends so much of his time in Florida.
Good luck, damn, he done well. Doesn't suffer fools gladly either.
John, it's over to you as we finish a few minutes early.
Okie doke, so it's 10:57, so we're going to disappear. So it's me in the Rose Garden, my friend down there in the tube station or in Alexanderplatz, and my friend over there on the high street. Not sure whose high street it is. No, you're over there here. Or you over there here, and he may be up there here.
It's Edinburgh. It is Edinburgh.
Bye from all of us. Don't forget to see Stephen at 3 o'clock and me and Stephen at 4 o'clock.
Bye, everybody. Take care.